I think, crossing my fingers, knocking on wood, I think I finally have my acne under control, which is fucking great. A possible side effect of testosterone therapy is increased acne because I'm going through puberty and my body is just, it's very oily. It's so oily. I didn't know a body could be this oily. But I'm doing face masks. I'm washing my face twice a day with the acne stuff. And I finally, I'm knocking on wood so much because I don't want to fucking jinx this. But turns out, if you take care of your skin, it doesn't fucking try to kill you, which is great. Should I bother doing a cold open? You've seen the video thumbnail. You've seen what I titled it. You're here for something. Let's get right to the point. Let's not dance around it. I commissioned porn of myself. So, how do I even start this? I was on Twitter, and someone that I follow had retweeted some adult imagery that had been drawn by a person, and I like to check out people's art, so I clicked on their Twitter and I went through their profile and checked out their stuff, and I was like, oh man, this guy makes real cool shit. Hell yeah. He primarily does not safe for work stuff, at least on that account. That account is specifically for his not safe for work work. And somehow, I think the idea popped in my head, I think because I had just tried... Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I was jerking off. Okay, I was attempting to earlier that day. See, the problem is when you are on T, possible side effect, increased sex drive. And boy, has my sex drive been increasing. Oh, it's mamma mia. It's too much. I'm a 16-year-old boy going through puberty, and wow, dicks. Something I've learned about growing one is it just does whatever the hell it wants, huh? Like, I don't even want to jerk off, and I'll just be on the computer doing work, and all of a sudden it's just like, hey bud, it's time. And I'm like, I have shit to do. It's like, too bad, you won't be able to pay attention to anything you're doing until we finish it. And fuck, I don't want to jerk off so much, but I'm really grateful for the sex drive. I don't want to seem like I am not appreciative because, like, you've seen PinkBlue episodes. I couldn't orgasm before I grew my dick. I couldn't focus during sex. Everything was uncomfortable. But now it's not, and I'm very grateful for it. But hey, we turned it up to an 11. Can we turn it to maybe an 8 or a 7? Because this is too much. I'm tired. I'm tired from jerking off so much. Make it stop, please. Whew. Anyway, there are still challenges to jerking off because I'm still trans. I'm not I'm talking about my own experience now. I'm not talking about every trans person feels this, every trans whatever. This is my shit. You saw the disclaimer at the beginning. If you didn't, here it is. Here's the disclaimer. Boom, great. Wow, what a great disclaimer. Okay, just talking about my own experience here. I find sexual situations, masturbating, or if I'm with another person having sex, they can still be difficult because my body resembles more of what it's supposed to be now, but it's not all the way there yet. I'm still working on accepting my body as my body. Even though I don't have a full-size dickaroonie, I still, I still need to love myself. I'm not talking about masturbate. Oh boy. So earlier on in that day, I was trying to jerk off, and it was like, I was struggling to get there because I gotta, so I can focus on my work, but also I don't want to, and it's difficult to envision myself with this body that I don't have. It's just a big fucking headache. But luckily, orgasms help with headaches, so it only motivates me to get to the finish line, but I'm so tired. Guys, I'm so tired. I don't want to jerk off. I don't want to jerk off so much. So somehow in my mind, I was just looking at a bunch of dicks. I was just looking at all this not safe for work pornography. It was all dudes with penises, and I was like, you know what? I'm curious. What if I were to see myself with a full-sized dick, would that help my dysphoria or would it hurt it? So, experiment time. I messaged him and was like, hey, I saw your commissions are open. I don't, this might be a little weird. And I explained the situation to him where I'm a trans dude and I'm looking to possibly help myself with dysphoria, and seeing myself with a dick might help. Would we be able to do that? And he was like totally on board. He was like, yeah, that's great. I would love to help you with that. And we talked about it for a bit. We hashed out the details. He asked me like what position I want my body in. I sent him some pictures for reference. And he also asked me what dick size I wanted, which I hadn't thought of. I mean, I've thought of it, because I'd like to do bottom surgery in the future, but I don't know. We'll see. It's all a lot to take in, and there's a lot of factors, a lot of moving parts. What's the technology going to be like in the future? Should I wait a little bit so that it's better? I don't know. There are benefits and risks to both metoidioplasty and phallo. What do I do? So I've thought about dick size for me before, but just not in an artist sense, an artist rendering. Hey, if there are no risks to this, ideally, what would you want your dick size to be? And he also asked me like cut, uncut, what you thinking? And in the past, when I had done research and stuff, I've talked to people, I've done online research, phalloplasty, your dick is that size permanently erect, so it's going to be like that all the time. So you don't want like a fucking 8-inch fucking cock in your underwear. I mean, maybe you do. I'm not going to shame you. Maybe you do. But for me, I wanted something small enough that it's comfortable, but large enough that I can make people feel good with it. And in the past, I had decided on 5 inches. But then I actually, because I was going to tell him the size, I got out some measuring tape just to double check, make sure that's what I want. And through measurement, I was like, you know what? Maybe 6, but I don't know. So I told him 6 cut. And he was really cool, like working with me to make sure that it was, ideally what I wanted. He asked me, like in the pictures, this is the picture that I sent him for reference. My tattoo wasn't completely visible in the picture. So he asked like, hey, can I get a picture of that tattoo so that I know what it looks like for this? And that was like cool that, like he really worked with me to make sure it was what I wanted. And I appreciated that. And here it is. Obviously I'm censoring a little bit of it. But yeah, I got it and I looked at it and it was like, first off, I love it right out the gates. Very well done. I really like it a lot. But the question is, did it help dysphoria or did it hurt it? And overall, it helped. It helped a lot, actually. But it helped in ways that I expected, and then it helped in ways that I didn't expect. What I expected is, yes, cool, you can visualize yourself with that body now, and that helped. And I'm able to see myself with that body that I am supposed to have. And it makes me feel good and secure and good. Honestly, it turned me on a little bit to see myself with this body that I'm supposed to have. It got me excited. Not that I want to fuck myself, just that I don't know how to explain this as a trans person if you are cisgender, but there's something about trying to visualize something for years and years and years and not getting it, and then getting it all of a sudden. And it was good in a sexual way because I feel valid and comfortable. Does that make sense? I don't know. Well, hopefully it does. Sometimes it's difficult as a trans person to like describe things to cisgender people, if that is what you are. If you're trans, maybe you're relating to this, but yeah. I like my dick. It's a good dick. Now, I gave the artist pictures of me, but he didn't know me beforehand or know of me, I don't think. But it's interesting because this helped my dysphoria in a way that I wasn't expecting, because he drew me like he saw me. And I'm my own worst critic. I think all of us are our own worst critics. I look in the mirror and I don't like my body. I'm becoming more comfortable in it, but I've always felt like my abs are an insecure point for me. Everyone like compliments my abs, but I feel like they're not big enough. I feel like they're not anything, they're not. I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, you're not muscular enough, you're not defined enough, you need to work out harder, you need to work more. And yet I get this drawing and like it's a pretty good rendering of the picture that I sent, and I am looking at this drawing of me. I'm able to see the muscles that maybe other people see me with, which is so weird to think about, because like the picture of me, I look fine, I'm sure, in reality, but to me, It's all just body dysphoria where I'm like, ugh, this is bad. Bad, bad, bad. But seeing that this person saw me as that was validating and cool. I was less hard on myself from that point on. I was like, oh, okay, maybe we're fine. Maybe we're fine here, and we just have disaster brain that's just making us think that everyone hates us and that our body is shit. And also, my dick was a little thicker in the original. You obviously can't see because there's a black bar, but originally the dick was a little thicker. What's circumference wise? This is how you jerk off a dick, right? You grab it and then you just like a windshield wiper. People with dicks love that, bro. Trust me, I'm an expert. I saw it on the internet. Johnny Anderson told me at recess that that's how you jerk off a penis. The clitoris is actually a myth. So I messaged him and was like, this is great. Can we make the dick a little skinnier? But it's cool to think that someone just meeting me for the first time thinks I have big dick energy, which that made me feel good, you know? I guess I just give off this vibe where I would have a large penis situation. But yeah, I really like it. I really like what it's done for me. And now I have a picture of me naked now for my enjoyment. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. What does one do with this? Do I print it out and like put it on my wall? Do I just put a naked picture of myself as a cartoon on a wall? I mean, I'm proud of it and I like it, and it might help me with dysphoria visually. That's a weird thing. I shouldn't. Like, it started as a joke, and then it got semi-serious, and then it went all the way back around to being a joke again. Because, like, if I'm masturbating, that's cool to, like, put somewhere so I can help visualize, oh, hey, you have a dick, be comfortable in your body, you can get aroused, don't be afraid. That shit. But then the moment anyone walks into my house, anyone at all besides me, I think that's why I'm spoiled, because I live alone now. So I'm just assuming that I can just have this art on my fucking wall of me with a heart on, and it won't be weird when the guy comes to fix my toilet. See, what I have to do is I have to cover the entire wall in other kinds of porn, and then it won't be as weird. Or go full on weird. Commission like 70 other artists to draw me with my dick, and then just cover every inch of my house in it. Why won't Grandpa come over and visit? What do you mean my neighbors are concerned? Why are they looking at my dick? Why they could just not look at my dick? Come on, Kathy. Fucking relax. It's 2020. People have dick walls now. It's transphobic if you want me to take down my dick wall, make a dick wall for trans rights. Oh God. It's also cool to see me built like more masculine, but I am still clearly me in this. You know, my hips are a little wide because testosterone only does so much to make your body appear more cis. You have to put in work if you want other results, which is why I do so many push-ups. My shoulders are broad now because and my chest is filling out muscle-wise because that's what I want it to look like. So I target those specific areas of muscle. And this is clearly, it's still me, but I appear a little more masculine than I think I do in my head. Because like I was saying before, own worst critic, you know, I take things a lot harder than someone seeing me for the first time might. You know, I pass. I pass pretty well in the world. I was like, what word do I use? Society? We live in a society. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. We'll see what happens if I'm not going to make a dick wall. That is a joke. Haha, unless, no. It's a joke, right? It's a joke. I'm not going to make a dick wall. Here's the thing. That's going to sound like a brag. Okay, before I say this, sex is not important. I don't give a fuck about, like, sex. Half the time I can just go home and jerk off, and it's a much better time than having sex with someone. In my youth, I was very obsessed with sex, but now I'm like, it's whatever, you know? So I just want to give you that disclaimer before I say this next sentence, because this next sentence makes me sound like a fucking tool bag. And here it is. Here's the sentence. If I was hooking up with less people, I probably would make the dick wall. But I have visitors. I don't think they would understand or appreciate a wall that is just naked pictures of myself in cartoon form. Anyway, send your fan art to @Nowacking on Twitter and @Nowacking on Instagram. if you suddenly get the urge to no, I'm joking. Anyway, it was a very cool experiment to do. If you were to, I was an English major, so I'm not good at writing scientific papers or like placebos and all that shit. But if you were to rank the outcome of this, I think, oh god, I'm remembering very briefly, high school, there was like a thesis statement. Is that what it's called? Or is that an English thing? Fuck, I'm an English major, I should know this. What is it called when it's in science? You know, like you go to do an experiment and then you write a sentence and you're like, we're gonna disprove this or approve it or whatever. Approve. I meant prove. Ugh, I'm just a walking fucking disaster. It was an overall net positive from this experiment. It was, for the majority, was good. I don't think there were any downsides. Maybe just the downside of like me pouting and being like, oh, my body isn't like this. But I have a better image of my body than when I started. So that's a plus. That's a good. We did it, folks. We did it. 5 myself. We done did it. Anyway, goodbye. I love you. I will see you next episode.